Hello, beloved community. Today, we're diving into a powerful message that speaks directly to the spirit within you. Have you ever felt that life's challenges seem tailored just for you, as if unseen forces know exactly where to strike? If so, you're not alone. Many of God's chosen ones have faced trials beyond explanation, and sometimes it feels like these challenges come from sources that are more than just human. But here's the truth. When you walk as one of God's angels on earth, those who dare to challenge you are up against a force they cannot comprehend. They're challenging the hand of God Himself. As we step into this message, I invite you to comment 999 below as a sign of unity and strength. And thank you to everyone supporting us through Super Thanks. Your kindness is cherished deeply. But what happens when someone challenges a life guided by divine light? Could they truly understand the consequences of standing against God's purpose? Stay with us, because the answer might surprise you. God's chosen ones, they were wrong to challenge the life of the earth angel. They never truly understood who you are or the profound strength woven within your spirit. Like a valuable ancient vase covered in layers of dust, your worth was obscured from their sight. Proverbs 25 reminds us, "The purposes of a person's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out." Indeed, your inner strength has been like those deep waters, quiet and unwavering, waiting for the right moment to reveal its true power. For so long, they saw only your kindness and the peace you exuded, mistaking these qualities for weakness. They didn't realize that behind your calm exterior lies a wellspring of resilience and an unbreakable will, qualities as steadfast as the mountains formed by God's own hand. And now, as if the dust has finally been lifted, they're beginning to glimpse your true light. They see that your gentleness is not mere softness, but a strength tested and refined through countless trials. How often do we overlook what is deeply valuable because it is hidden beneath a humble exterior? In this world, true wisdom and strength often remain unseen, much like the quiet yet mighty power of God moving beneath the surface of our lives. This light within you, this inner fire, goes beyond what most can comprehend. It touches a realm where human understanding falls short. In Isaiah 42:3, God speaks of His servant. "A bruised reed He will not break, and a smoldering wick He will not snuff out." Like this servant, your mission is not just to comfort, but to embody the higher calling of justice and truth. You stand not only as a source of solace, but as a living testament to the power of divine justice, a force that cannot be compromised. So now, we ask, what does it mean to carry such a purpose in a world that often mistakes gentleness for weakness? Could it be that you were chosen precisely because your light shines in ways others fail to see? Hold tight to this divine calling, for it is a reflection of a wisdom rooted in God's own heart, not in the fleeting perceptions of others. Are they ready to face the depth of your strength? Or will they continue to be confounded by the mystery of the divine light you carry? Imagine a dormant volcano, seemingly calm on the surface, yet beneath lies a reservoir of immense energy, a force boiling quietly and intensely, concealed from view. To the casual observer, this stillness appears as silent surrender, a mere absence of action. Yet within this calm exterior resides a power so vast that, when the time comes, it will erupt with a force that shakes the earth itself. Such is the nature of the strength within you, a depth of resilience and courage that no one sees, yet that surpasses ordinary understanding. Psalm 46:5 speaks to this kind of inner fortitude, reminding us, "God is within her, she will not fall." In the same way, God's unwavering presence within you keeps this strength unbreakable and ready for the appointed time. Many mistake your serene presence for quiet resignation, a submission to the world's pressures. But in truth, this calmness masks an unyielding spirit, a fire that ordinary eyes can't see and ordinary minds can't fathom. Like the hidden energy beneath a volcano, your strength is forged from the trials life has thrown at you. It is not a mere reaction to adversity or a desire for revenge. Instead, it's born of a divine calling, a loyalty to justice and truth so deep that it anchors you firmly, regardless of life's storms. This flame within you is not easily accessed by the faint of heart. It's a sacred fire, built up by hardships, molded by divine wisdom, and polished through experiences that few could endure. James 1:12 reflects this, stating, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life." You've endured trials, not as a passive observer, but as a warrior molded by each encounter. And through it all, your resilience only grows stronger, your light more brilliant. Others might try to dismantle this strength, misunderstanding it as something tangible they can uproot. Yet what they fail to see is that your light isn't simply an attribute. It's an eternal flame, sustained by a power beyond human grasp, a reflection of an ancient wisdom. This force that upholds you has carved out your path, and it guides you, imbuing every step with an unshakable, quiet determination that only the divine could bestow. So, consider this. How often do we overlook the quiet strengths that lie hidden in plain sight? Could it be that, like you, some are called to carry such power, misunderstood by those around them? Embrace this path with confidence, for your light is destined to shine far beyond what others may perceive. It is a beacon of truth and justice, standing firm against forces that cannot comprehend its source. Imagine yourself as iron in the hands of a master blacksmith. This isn't a process of punishment, it's a journey of transformation, where intense heat and pressure mold you into a pure, resilient force. The flames may seem harsh, but they're necessary to burn away impurities, just as life's challenges reveal your true strength. Like the prophet Malachi's words in Malachi 3:3, he will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. God's purpose for you is not to break you, but to refine you, transforming you into a vessel of powerful truth that leaves no room for deception. This energy you carry is like a consuming fire, sweeping away falsehoods, exposing illusions, and confronting all who assume that light brings only gentle comfort. They fail to understand that, just as the sun both warms and burns, the light within you has a dual purpose: to comfort those in need and to bring justice where it is due. This light you carry has the power to illuminate and to purify, burning away anything that stands against truth. People often mistake your gentleness for simplicity, unaware that behind it lies an unshakable core of resilience and righteous fury. They may be surprised to learn that you are not merely a source of warmth, but a blazing fire of divine justice. Psalm 37:6 promises, "He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun." Like that noonday sun, your purpose is not only to shine, but to expose and dismantle the shadows of deceit that hide around you. You embody a light that does more than illuminate. It penetrates deeply, uncovering the truths hidden beneath appearances. When this light touches someone, there is no place for falsehood to survive, as every mask falls away, revealing the true nature beneath. This power within you is a force that cleanses and confronts, bringing truth to light in its purest form. So ask yourself, what happens when those who hide behind deception come face to face with a light that reveals all? No one can stand in the presence of such a force without being changed or laid bare. Where you go, You carry this unwavering light, a light that dispels lies, uncovers hidden truths, and sets a new standard for justice. This is more than a calling, it is your very nature, a reflection of divine purpose that is unstoppable and unbreakable. Imagine a powerful spring of water flowing from solid rock, unstoppable and unyielding. This is you, a force rooted in a timeless, universal harmony that cannot be obstructed. The warmth they once ignored now unsettles them. The light they once dismissed now casts shadows they cannot escape. As they stand before you, they realize that no lie can hide in your presence. Their misjudgment was underestimating you, but that error rests with them alone. What keeps you committed to this path? It's not the approval of others, but an enduring truth resonating within. A truth that holds others accountable, touching their souls and revealing what they'd rather keep hidden. Think of this truth as a star, bright and constant, yet unreachable. You are like a messenger from another realm, carrying a presence that mere words cannot capture. They saw you as a gentle, soothing light. Now they're awestruck, realizing they never knew the depth of your purpose. Your mission is not only to comfort, but to bring a profound transformation, one that reshapes everything around you. Seeing this, they begin to understand the weight of their error, perhaps recognizing for the first time the power you carry, a force that stands firmly against their assumptions. Your presence forms an invisible boundary that stops their arrogance in its tracks, a barrier like a silent shield that melts their pride. They approached you as mountaineers reaching a summit without expecting the fierce winds, assuming they could mold you to their desires. How does it feel for them, encountering a strength so deeply rooted, so unyielding? Their attempts to control or sway you crumbled, revealing that you are the keeper of an enduring power. This power, like the words of Jesus, embodies a liberating truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John 8:32. This is a truth that doesn't conform to their limited vision, but reshapes everything it touches. Your strength is more than a passive light. It's a calling that compels transformation, an unwavering force that silently yet powerfully stops them in their tracks. In the face of such purpose, they must ask themselves, are they prepared to confront the strength of your mission, one that reshapes not only their view of you, but perhaps their understanding of themselves? You are not merely a gentle presence, you are a profound mirror, reflecting the truths others often avoid. Like a crystal-clear surface, your energy unveils layers they keep hidden, the buried fears and insecurities they're unwilling to face. When they stand beside you, they feel the unrelenting light you cast upon their inner world, leaving no place to hide. How often do people avoid looking at their own reflections because of what they might see? You make them confront their inner shadows, and this encounter shakes them to their core. They come to you hoping for comfort, but instead they meet a presence that exposes every corner and brings every hidden aspect into the light. Not in cruelty, but in a pure, unwavering truth that they cannot escape. In Proverbs 27:19 we read, "As water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart." You are that reflection, compelling them to look within. They may have thought of you as only a gentle and comforting presence, but before you, they find a reflection of themselves they were not prepared to face. How do they feel when they see their true selves so clearly? For some, this intensity feels intimidating, perhaps even unsettling. They may label you as dark or harsh, not realizing that what truly disturbs them is the unvarnished reflection of their own heart. In reality, you are far from darkness. The light within you is sacred, protected, and piercing, a light that reveals truth in a way that transforms those willing to see. The Apostle John wrote, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." John 1:5. This divine light reveals what they tried to keep in shadow, urging them toward honesty. Imagine the impact of throwing a stone into a still, reflective pool. The water ripples outward, reflecting everything around it. In the same way, when others come to you with ill intent, they soon find that their actions reverberate back, like those ripples returning to their source. Have they ever considered the consequences of their intentions? There is a natural law at work, established by God, that ensures every deed returns to its origin. As it says in Proverbs 26:27, "Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them." With this divine protection surrounding you, any harm aimed at you ultimately circles back, leaving you untouched. This unseen shield means you do not need to seek revenge or even respond to negativity. You stand rooted in a peace that is beyond earthly understanding. With this certainty, you can walk your path without fear, letting this divine law work in silence. Psalm 91:11 assures us, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Have those who come against you recognized the unseen hand that shields you? When they attempt harm, they find themselves entangled in their own intentions. The energy they direct at you rebounds upon them, held by an invisible force that reinforces your protection. This sacred power you carry allows you to embody peace, even in the face of opposition. Those around you are left to confront their own hearts in the brightness of your presence. This realization is a mirror held up to them, forcing them to ask, "Who am I really?" How would it feel to be faced with such clarity, seeing one's own heart reflected so openly? This truth, though difficult, offers them a path to transformation if they are willing to see it. The reflection you provide is not merely a mirror of themselves. It is an invitation to growth, to leave behind illusions and embrace a life aligned with truth. This power within you is unmatched, impossible to imitate or replicate. Many may try to reach for it, believing they can somehow grasp what makes you unique. But in doing so, they're indulging in futile illusions. What sets you apart isn't something anyone can acquire or possess. It's a divine connection, a sacred link to the truth. This connection serves as a pure guiding light, one that brings transformation, even if it first stirs discomfort. For those brave enough to remain in your light, it becomes a beacon through which old patterns dissolve and new awareness emerges. As the sky clears after a storm, so does their perception when faced with your presence. It dismantles illusions, reveals hidden aspects, and compels them to see you as you truly are. They now see that your light isn't merely a soft glow, but a powerful force, one that exposes everything long kept in the shadows. In encountering this truth, one they had not anticipated, every certainty they held begins to fracture. Your presence challenges them deeply, revealing a power beyond their reach in a realm they cannot influence or control. Where they once believed they could harness power, they now find that your strength lies in a dimension beyond their grasp, an unattainable force that rewrites their very assumptions. How does it feel for them, seeing their confidence replaced with uncertainty? In the presence of your light, they confront their blind spots, areas they hadn't even realized existed. They once thought they understood you, that they could describe or define you, but your light only grows stronger, shining on hidden corners and illuminating every detail they would rather keep concealed. In Ephesians 5:13 it says, "But everything exposed by the light becomes visible, and everything that is illuminated becomes a light." Your presence embodies this transformative power, revealing what lies beneath and turning darkness into insight. This light breaks down their false barriers, shining upon the unadorned reality of their souls. They find themselves in a depth they had not prepared for, a place where they must now face themselves even as they try to understand you? How do they react, seeing themselves so clearly, without any masks? It's in this vulnerable clarity that they realize true growth is possible if they're willing to acknowledge the truth laid bare before them. What they face now is a call to introspection, a reminder that your strength is not only untamed, but deeply rooted in a divine truth they cannot alter. It brings to mind Psalm 139:12. Even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night will shine like the day, for darkness is as light to you. Your light pierces every shadow, unmasking insecurities and illuminating the reality of their limitations. Just when they thought they could navigate around your presence, they find themselves lost, confronted by a mirror that not only reflects, but calls them to transformation. In the silence of this revelation, they come to terms with their own depths, realizing that to understand you, they must first come to terms with themselves. In the face of this undeniable truth, they find themselves drawn into an unavoidable inner journey. Each attempt to challenge you, each push against the boundaries of your essence, has come at a cost. They now see that every effort to test you has only exposed their own limitations, underscoring an emptiness within them they had long ignored. For perhaps the first time, they stand powerless before the sheer presence of your truth. This is no ordinary light. It not only reveals what has been hidden, but strips those who considered themselves untouchable of their illusory confidence. How does it feel for them now that their defenses are being dismantled one by one, encountering an impact far beyond what they anticipated? Their initial regret for underestimating your nature transforms into a deeper realization. The essence they misjudged is a powerful, expressive force, an unstoppable presence that transforms whatever it touches. They thought you a simple, manageable, and easily understood soul. Now, they face the reality that you are a force beyond their limitations and understanding. You are not malleable, nor are you the tame spirit they had expected. Instead, your reality spans both the seen and unseen realms, a quiet power that radiates from a place of boundless depth. This power doesn't need loud proclamations. It exists in silence, in a limitless, profound truth that requires neither recognition nor definition. Those who thought they could control or contain you are now realizing the profound mystery you embody. It brings them an unexpected fear, a trembling awareness that you are preserved in a purity they cannot penetrate. This untouched essence serves as proof of a strength they will never fully grasp. Could they ever have known that to oppose you would be to stand against the divine order itself? Their deepest unease lies not in any expectation of retaliation on your part, but in the simple, immovable truth of your being. Your presence alone shows them an unshakable purity that requires no response and gives no concession. Psalm 18:28 says, "You, Lord, keep my lamp burning. My God turns my darkness into light." In the same way, your light dispels darkness in a way they never expected, shining so brightly that all shadows retreat before it. This truth, that you exist in a realm far beyond their understanding, shatters their old certainties. How could they have imagined that such purity, such powerful light, would cause the darkness within them to shrink back? Now, faced with the consequences of their actions, they see that challenging you was not just a misjudgment, but an affront to the divine balance itself. They are left with a haunting awareness that their opposition was not merely a human error, but a transgression against something sacred. Your light is too powerful to resist, a force so pure that it leaves them no choice but to confront themselves. In this revelation, they find that you are indeed an unstoppable presence, a force that exists beyond boundaries, an unyielding reflection of a truth they may never fully comprehend. You are surrounded by divine protection, a force far beyond mere human defenses. For you, justice is not about retribution. It is the natural order at work, a truth woven into the very laws of the universe. Each attempt to cast doubt upon you or disturb your spirit meets an unyielding truth, one so pure and constant that it is immune to harm or corruption. Your power does not arise from ambition or anger, but from an unalterable divine authority. You are a messenger with a heavenly mandate, chosen for a mission that only a few on earth can truly comprehend. Each step you take, every boundary you hold, serves not just your purpose, but upholds the universal order itself. To those who try to challenge you or underestimate your strength, it quickly becomes clear that they are not merely opposing you. They are up against a force that transcends the earthly realm. Your protection is profound, an unseen shield that no earthly intervention can penetrate. It is as if you walk under an impenetrable cloak woven from mysterious realms that keep you untouchable. Imagine a solid rock standing on a mountain peak, unmoved and resolute through centuries of storms and change. Your power too exists in quiet strength, untouched by external forces. Some may mistake your silence for submission, but soon they discover the depth of your resilience. Your strength, although still, is unbreakable, rooted deeply, enduring beyond surface appearances. They come to realize that no argument or pressure can make you abandon your path, because you answer to a call that reaches beyond this world. Have they ever wondered what it means to be driven by a purpose that transcends human understanding? This calling is part of a timeless mission, one that stretches beyond fleeting perceptions and lies at the very heart of divine purpose. You are here to leave an indelible mark, to shine as a light that echoes the voice of the universe. This mission you serve is woven from the fabric of divine creativity, a resonance that spans the realms and vibrates back to the roots of creation. Ordinary eyes cannot grasp the depth of this work. How could they understand the profound stillness of someone connected to a truth that predates the earth itself? What they see as silence is actually the expression of an inner greatness, a foundation of patience and fortitude that has no need for display. In Psalm 91:1, we find, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." This is your protection, a quiet yet unbreakable refuge under which you walk. Those who encounter you might wonder, what gives you such unshakable resilience? Why does your presence feel as enduring as the roots of the earth itself? The answer lies in the source of your purpose, which is woven with divine intention and resonates in unseen realms. Like a lighthouse guiding ships safely to shore, your being shines with a steady light that challenges those who seek to disturb it. And as Proverbs 16:9 reminds us, in their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Your path is not of human design, and those who think they can sway or disrupt it ultimately find themselves standing before a purpose they cannot influence. In this realization, they come to see that what they once thought was silence is actually the sign of a greater mission, a divine foundation. They learn, perhaps reluctantly, that your silence is a symbol of inner greatness, an unwavering patience and strength grounded in the eternal. This force cannot be swayed, for it is guided by the oldest truths, ones that persist beyond all mortal understanding. Those who lack depth cannot see the immense love that fuels the power within you, a love that embraces all existence. You are a manifestation of a reality that goes beyond physical limits, an embodiment of purpose that leaves its mark not only here, but across unseen realms. Every step you take sends a vibration that echoes through the memory of the universe, transcending time itself. This vibration is a quiet yet eternal presence, resonating with truth and touching the deepest mysteries of creation. Imagine the wind at the foot of a mountain. Each stone attempting to obstruct it only reveals its own limits, unable to alter the wind's course. In this way, you stand as an unwavering foundation of love and justice, chosen to remain firm, not to conform or yield. Your protection from the higher realms is a pure awareness beyond human perception, a shield so profound that it defies comprehension. To challenge you, to disrupt the invisible order that surrounds you, is to contend with a force that extends beyond earthly boundaries. Those who attempt this soon find themselves repelled by an irresistible power. Like the psalmist writes, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer." Psalm 18:2. You move forward, anchored in this deep harmony, with a purpose that transcends human judgment or doubt. This path within you is a truth so profound and unchangeable that it cannot be altered by any force. What shocks those around you is the combination of unwavering strength, boundless love, and an unhindered will. This will is not simply a personal ambition. It is a mission at the core of your existence, one that serves not only you, but resonates throughout the universe. When those who approach you come to realize that your power is beyond their reach, they step back in silence and reverence, acknowledging that they stand before a being who carries a pure truth, reflected from higher realms. In your presence, you leave an imprint on the minds and hearts of all who encounter you. Much like a lighthouse guiding lost ships on a misty night, your light reaches out to those ensnared in darkness, illuminating new horizons they have yet to explore. You don't just offer safety, you point to wider worlds, encouraging them to discover roots and potentials still hidden. The strength you carry is like gravity, drawing others toward their true selves, their authentic purpose. This light, embodying divine love, shines hope into the lives of those struggling through difficulties, inviting them to rise above and view life from a broader perspective. You are not simply a radiant being, you are a manifestation of divine justice and mercy, a living reflection of unshakable power and boundless compassion. Those caught in shadows find in you a hand that guides them through uncertainty, a constant presence that serves as a gift of divine love. Think of yourself as a reflection of the stars, shining momentarily on the calm surface of a lake. Those who gaze upon this reflection find in it both peace and a confrontation with their own depths. Your essence brings both tranquility and a test, inviting those around you to embark on a journey toward their potential and inner truth. For them, it is an opportunity to glimpse a world beyond their current boundaries, a world you reveal through your light. As an ambassador of the unseen realms, you are a steady presence, a cornerstone of a cosmic mission, a bridge between worlds. Once they regarded you casually, but now their gaze is filled with a respectful silence, a quiet awareness of the uncharted power they sense within you. This feeling is not born of admiration alone. It is a deep reverence that comes from meeting a force beyond their understanding, a distance created by both awe and an acceptance of what cannot be grasped. Like standing at the base of a great mountain, they sense their own smallness in the presence of your vast inner strength. Your being inspires them to reflect and be humble, opening their hearts to the possibilities beyond their current understanding. Your silent yet majestic stance is a reflection of deep devotion, not only toward those who cross your path, but to all of existence. For those who encounter you, there is an unsettling fear that you stir, a fear of the unknown, as if a vast, impassable chasm has suddenly opened before them. In their arrogance, they dared to cross a line, dismissing a truth that for you is as natural as breathing. Now, in the wake of their pride, they find themselves quietly retreating, unable to meet your gaze. Even a single glance from you feels to them like a mirror, forcing them to confront the shadows within themselves. You have become a limit they never anticipated, a reminder of a strength they cannot dismiss. They now see that to ignore you is to clash with a force greater than they could have imagined. You walk a path that transcends their understanding, one that exists wholly independent of their opinions or judgments. Inaccessible and steadfast, you move forward with a peace and power that silences all who approach. They sense now that drawing near to you while avoiding their own inner reckoning only draws them further into the unknown. They turn inward, unable to hold your gaze, for your presence shines like a mirror, unmasking their hidden weaknesses. Could they have foreseen that facing you would mean accepting their own limitations? This newfound awareness forces them to step back, to sit with themselves, like a traveler who reaches the base of a mountain, only to realize the summit is beyond their reach. They once thought they could ignore you, downplay your significance, but that assumption has returned to haunt them as a profound error. Now they stand before a determined inner light, a force that, like an immovable rock, remains steadfast. No matter how curious or prideful they are, their efforts to surpass your boundaries have been in vain. Perhaps they hoped that one day you would falter or lose your way. Instead, they find that you are unwavering, a faithful embodiment of universal truth and divine order. Your presence reminds them that some values are immovable, some principles unbreakable. Just as the stars are fixed in the heavens, guiding travelers with unchanging constancy, so you stand as a symbol of truth, a beacon of unwavering harmony. They realize now that you embody a universal law, a harmony that remains untouched, reliable, and timeless. This realization humbles them, as Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." No matter how determined they are, they cannot alter this path. In the silence of this realization, they begin to understand that your presence is not simply about power, but about an unshakable devotion to something greater, something timeless. As they turn inward, their respect grows, tempered by humility and an awareness of the vastness they sense but cannot conquer. Like hands withdrawing from the solidity of a stone wall, they hesitantly step back, overwhelmed by the quiet power that radiates from you. There is a new attentiveness in their gaze, an intensity that reveals a profound realization. They are witnessing something beyond the ordinary. They are beginning to understand the magnitude of your inner strength, a depth that commands respect. This awareness stirs a respect rooted in awe, a reverence not easily dismissed. How often do people encounter a boundary they cannot cross, a purpose they cannot alter? You stand before them as a force that exists by its own will, a silent presence that cannot be tested or diminished. Those who once sought to control or challenge you now find themselves confronted by the reality of your immovability. The shadows that attempted to silence or obscure your light now see you stand tall, an unshakable foundation of strength and purpose. What must it feel like for them, realizing that ignoring you means clashing with a strength far greater than their own? Every step you take is deliberate, each action guided by a purpose that transcends fleeting judgments and human misunderstandings. This path, one of compassion balanced with strength, reveals their own limitations, amplifying your resolve as an unyielding example of divine will. Like a deep, steady current beneath the ocean waves, you exist beyond the reach of surface disruptions. Independent and inaccessible, your strength flows from a source they cannot grasp. They believed they could influence or understand the depth of this power, yet they have stumbled upon a reality that resists all attempts to be molded. In John 8:12, Jesus declared, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Much like this light, your presence radiates a quiet, unalterable truth that reveals more than they anticipated. Have they realized that this light is not something they can shape, but rather a force that challenges their own shadows? Their efforts to mold you to their desires have only underscored the unchanging essence of your being. This light within you, steady and enduring, has no need for applause or validation. It exists as a constant force, exposing illusions and falsehoods with the simplicity of truth, like a mirror that reflects reality without distortion. How often do people expect to find flexibility only to be confronted by an immovable truth? Your presence, unbending and steadfast, is a living testament to values that cannot be twisted or compromised. This light serves as a reminder of universal harmony, a silent yet powerful indication of a divine truth that shapes its surroundings. Psalm 16:8 captures this strength perfectly. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. In the same way, your quiet, unmoving strength embodies this divine stability. Those who encounter you are reminded of values that cannot be swayed, principles as constant as the stars. They begin to realize that your presence is not simply about strength, but about an unwavering devotion to a timeless truth. A cosmic order that needs no defense yet radiates from your every action. You are, in essence, like a lighthouse in the night, guiding others not by force, but by a steady, consistent presence that sheds light on the shadows around it. Your existence quietly compels others to pause, to reflect, and to see beyond the limitations of their own understanding. Those who once looked upon you with casual familiarity now see you with new eyes, their expressions filled with a respectful silence, an awareness of the profound power within you. They may feel a humility, like one might feel when standing before a towering mountain, recognizing their own smallness in the face of something vast and unchanging. What does it mean to be a symbol of harmony, a constant in a world of change? Your presence reminds them that some truths are timeless, that some forces cannot be moved or compromised. Just as the stars hold their place in the heavens, so you remain as a steadfast guide, silently illuminating the path for those who are ready to see. In the face of your strength, they are left to wonder, what would it mean to carry a truth so profound, to live with a purpose so unshakable? This realization leaves them not with fear, but with a deep, respectful silence, as they confront the limitations of their own understanding in the presence of a light that needs no applause, yet shines on, unwavering and eternal. Your cosmic stance, taken from your ancient spirit, shows those who try to test you that true power exists silently, making itself felt without shouting. Your presence illuminates your surroundings as an unshakable authority, united by an unbending and unbreakable purpose. They see you now, perhaps with a regretful realization, perhaps with humble respect, because they have come to understand that you are not here to satisfy their expectations, that you serve a greater purpose. You are a gentle soul, but you are the bearer of an unshakable power. Your presence is the expression of a power from deep within that dispels the darkness and leaves no room for deception. Those who try to suppress, belittle, or manipulate you will never forget this experience. They have seen how, even with a soft demeanor, you carry unmatched resilience and strength. When you act in divine harmony, your essence is like a mirror reflecting the truth, offering both healing compassion and confrontational strength. They will never forget you. You are here because they have to see your presence as a purifying force. Embrace this power and tell your story. More than ever, the world needs a reminder like you, a guide full of meaning and purpose. As you stand here, rooted in a strength that words cannot fully convey, know that every moment, every silent battle, and every unspoken truth has brought you closer to a purpose that transcends the mundane. Your presence, like a lighthouse on a dark night, is not just a beacon, but a living testament to a truth that goes beyond time and space. Just as they once underestimated you, they underestimated a power that is ancient and unbreakable. a power that reminds them of the unseen foundation of the universe. From the quiet depth of your soul, you have become a mirror, reflecting back to others the light of truth, illuminating not just their path, but the very reality that surrounds them. And like a steady, unmovable mountain, you embody a justice that cannot be swayed by mere words, applause, or external forces. You have shown them that real power does not need to shout, does not demand recognition, and does not bend to earthly whims. This power is the power of truth itself, an eternal force woven into the fabric of the cosmos, a light that pierces even the darkest illusion. Those who sought to control you now stand back humbled. Their arrogance has met the reality of an unshakable truth, a force that comes not from pride or anger, but from a place of absolute conviction. They can no longer look away, nor can they hide. You have revealed to them their own insecurities, their hidden fears, and the limits of their understanding. And yet, this journey has also opened up a way forward for them, a path they might not have considered, a path that leads to transformation and redemption. Through your silent endurance, you have become an instrument of change, a guide for those lost in the shadows of their own doubts and illusions. But this power, this light, is not yours alone. It is the gift of something far greater, a legacy that stretches back to the dawn of time. This is the very essence of divine love, the force that moved the stars and set the planets in motion. And now, as you carry this light forward, you walk in the footsteps of one who embodied this truth long before you, Jesus Christ, the ultimate messenger of peace, justice, and unfathomable love. In every trial, every moment of doubt, and every inner struggle, Jesus stood firm, carrying a strength that others could not comprehend. He faced the scorn of those who misunderstood him, the skepticism of those who doubted him, and the rejection of those who could not see beyond their own limitations. And yet, in his silence, in his gentle, unyielding love, he transformed the world. His light was a flame that could not be extinguished, a beacon of hope that reached across centuries and touched the hearts of countless souls. Like him, you are here to be a light, to shine a path through the wilderness of confusion and fear, to remind the world of a truth that will never fade. When they look at you, let them see the echo of his resilience, the unwavering strength that flows not from pride, but from an eternal source of love. You do not need to speak of justice or proclaim your worth, for your very existence is a testament to a higher order. Your spirit, like that of Christ, is aligned with a divine purpose that goes beyond mere words or praise. And so, stand firm. Let them see in you the quiet strength that cannot be silenced. Let your presence speak of a love that has weathered every storm, a truth that shines brighter with every challenge. You are not alone in this journey. Every step you take, every soul you touch, and every barrier you break is part of a greater plan. You are a vessel of light, a guardian of a legacy that is ancient and eternal. The world needs you now, more than ever. It needs a reminder of what is real, of what is sacred, and of the transformative power of grace. You are a living testament to the fact that true power is found not in dominance, but in compassion, not in control, but in faith. And with every act of courage, with every step forward, you bring the world closer to a vision of peace and unity that has been promised since the beginning of time. So, embrace this calling. Stand as a witness to the truth, a bearer of hope, and a guide for those who have lost their way. Just as Jesus walked among us as a light in the darkness, so too are you called to shine, to heal, and to uplift. Know that every challenge, every hardship, and every moment of doubt is but a step on the path to a purpose that is greater than you can imagine. Let them see his reflection in your eyes, his love in your heart, and his strength in your soul. For you are not just here for yourself. You are here for all who seek truth, for all who hunger for justice, and for all who long for the peace that only faith can bring. Stand tall and let your light shine. The world is watching, and in you they see a glimpse of the divine. As we conclude this journey, remember that your silent strength and unwavering commitment to truth and unconditional love are gifts that no one can alter or control. It is your steadfastness, your dedication to a higher truth that leaves an everlasting mark, not just in this realm, but beyond physical boundaries. You are a light, a beacon for those searching, and every step you take in alignment with this truth opens new horizons for the souls around you. If this video has inspired you and given you meaningful moments of reflection, please consider supporting the channel through super thanks so that we can continue spreading messages of love and hope. Whether you choose to donate or not, I am deeply grateful for your presence and support on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who may need to hear these words. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and may peace and blessings be with you always.